everybody! In today's video we're going to make a DIY electric longboard, or we also might call it a booster, KC. So it will pretty much be a skateboard, but a bit longer and wider. We will need a lot of things, and a bunch of parts that we might need will be taken from some old repurposable stuff. So we will use an old bicycle tire, the chaining and the chain itself. We will also need some wheels. As you see, they're pretty stubborn. Nevertheless, we will unscrew them, oil them, and hopefully use them for a long time afterwards. And of course, we'll also need a few professional tools, like a cordless drill, plain drill, saw or an electric hacksaw, also a sheet of plywood. Better to use a thick one. Our piece is pretty thin, so we're going to stick two separate pieces together. So let's get started. First of all, we need to cut this sheet of plywood into two separate pieces. By the way, speaking about sizes, they're somewhat optional. The thickness of the boards will likely depend on your weight, and the length on your height. Now let us join these sheets together with the help of a few screws. Let's mark out the bicycle tire on the plywood and drill a few holes beforehand to simplify a further cutting process. Now's the time to deal with the bicycle. Let us unscrew the rear tire, install a steel cutting blade and cut off the pedals. We are going to attach the bicycle tire to the base with the help of steel brackets. So let's get the brackets ready. Cut off two pieces, drill the holes for installing the tire axle and 6mm screws. Now we need to take off the chain. Some of the younger viewers may have never encountered this process. There is a small lock on the chain that's very easy to unlock, so by no means cut your chain in half and try to put it together. By the way, I've got a holder for holding our drill, so now we can finally proceed with putting it all together. And arguably the most enjoyable part of the process is breaking down the old skates and fixing the wheels on our new board. So we're finally ready. Now we can test it out, but first I will briefly explain how we've put the boards together. As you see, there are two brackets and a bicycle tire. We also installed the chain, cut off the pedals, and installed the mounts for the drill. And the starting button is made in a pretty tricky way. There's two springs and two screws. And here's a bar on the opposite side. So when we push the button, it triggers the movement of the bar, which pushes the button and sets the chain in motion. Let's test it. I can't push it all the way down because the springs are very tight. But when I push the button with my foot, the drill gives it all away. And in the front, the wheels from the old skateboards. So we tested the longboards, and of course there's a few subtle changes we need to make. For instance, we need to install a more powerful motor, the one we use is a bit too weak. And ideally we need to go downhill to start up the boards effectively. And on a flat surface we can achieve some decent speeds. But let's test it a bit longer and see what else we might need to change. And that's all for today. Thank you very much for your attention. Rate the video, share your opinions and subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day, bye!